Are you a fan of pro wrestling, comedy, and combat sports? Then we have the podcast for you because we cover that and much, much more.
Do you like to debate with your friends? Do we have the perfect segment for you? It's the 531, where we take any given subject, break it down to a top 5. From there, we debate it down to 3 and then into that number 1 spot.
If you want to get a hold of us, find us on our social medias. Search Working Fans Podcast on any major social media platform. And if you want to find the podcast, search for us on any major podcast platform as well as YouTube.
Working Fans Podcast. We put in the work so you don't have to.
Fans, welcome back to Daily Content brought to you by Working Fans Podcast this WrestleMania week. And we are brought to you by the Pro Wrestling Vault, Volume 1, 35 short stories across the wrestling landscape, NWA champions, junior heavyweight champions, tag team champions. They are all Hall of Famers, all legends, available at lancebychance.com, where you can also pick up Lance by Chance, Wrestling is Yvonne Eric. Another great book by author Vinnie Berry. Speaking of books, we have Super Vows by Kevin Kelton. And he also has a new book available on Amazon right now. We will be getting that graphic up by WrestleMania weekend for you. You remember past Music Cast guests, A.O. Money Meach, Camouflage, When the Deadbolt Breaks, Buzzard Canyon, The Mighty Connecticut People Records. Yesterday, we talked Supercard of Honor, and there are already more matches being announced. Today, we are talking the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Supershow. Ha, Dave, nailed it that time. This is the old Wrestlecon Supershow, which was renamed, and there are a lot of great matches on this. Now, I know previously I had talked about when new matches come along, we will be addressing them on the next episode. Well, Dave's mom's funeral is this Friday, so him and AJ will be at that, and I will be recording the wrestling episode this week, and it'll just basically be a WrestleMania weekend preview, some of the things we've talked about, some events I haven't covered in these daily contents, and that's what we'll be bringing to you this week. Now, getting to the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Super Show, this is in not a weird spot because it'll be going right up against Spring Break and Planet Death, but it's on the same day as AAA. MLW is also, I got the graphic up here, Randy. I was letting everybody kind of see the Super Show, and I do not have the banner going. See, these live shows are a work in progress, but so there's a lot going on even Thursday. Bloodsport will be earlier in the day at 5 p.m. And the matches that are already announced for the Super Show, we have Team Onita versus Team PCO. I don't know who's going to be on what team for that, but seeing Onita at WrestleCon will be amazing. Now, we also have Ace Austin, Black Taurus, and Jonathan Gresham versus Michael Oku, Ray Orris, and Laredo Kid. That's going to be an amazing lucha match, I believe. Dave appreciates it. He'll be back. He'll probably film something this week to get up for you guys. We'll see where it falls. But that's going to be a very athletic match. Now, coming up next, Mia Yim versus Athena, the former Ember Moon. This is the first time I'm going to see her on the indies and outside of WWE. So I'm very interested in how this match is going to be. But speaking of interested, Bandito versus Speedball Mike Bailey. Another competitive match, and it's what these WrestleCon Super Shows are good for. Giving you those dream matches, giving you those kind of wild matches out there. Now, the next match, the Briscoes versus Low-Key and Homicide. This is going to be a hard-hitting match. This is going to be amazing. This is probably one of the matches that caused me to buy this, between the Onita appearance and later ones. Are we going to be able to watch all the WrestleMania weekend shows? Most likely not, Randy. We're still trying to figure out how we're going to watch things. The way that I'm doing these daily updates is anything I talk about in these daily updates is something we have bought and we definitely plan to watch. There's obviously may get together for WrestleMania. I know like one night I can do, but one night I can't. And that's the same with a couple of us. So we still don't know 100% what we're watching, but these shows I will definitely be watching at some point. Now, Tomohiro Ishii going up against Timothy Thatcher. This seems to be a bit of a styles clash, but I'm sure it'll be a good match. Timothy Thatcher can be hard hitting. I'm more familiar with him on the kind of the technical wrestling side of it. And now the match that did cause me to buy this card, Minoru Suzuki versus Biff Busick. Oni Lorcan making his return to the Indies, and it feels much better to be able to call him Biff Busick again. And to see Suzuki do another run of the United States and get a match in with Biff is going to be amazing. Now, Randy, what are you going to be watching for WrestleMania weekend shows? I know Lee from Unscripted Violence has told me he's bought Bloodsport, Planet Death, and Effie's Big Gay Brunch. I plan on Effie's going up against Pimpinetta Escalarda, or God, forget my Spanish pronunciation there, but the famous Mexican. Oh God, I'm blanking on the name for what they call them now, but that is going to be Exotico. Sorry, I made it sound like there was some, like slur that I couldn't remember, but no, it was just the term for Exoticos. Yeah, Randy, it is a tough choice, and that's why every time I'm listing an event on here, I kind of put up what it's up against or what is also on that day, because on any given day, from Thursday to Sunday, you could be watching like 3 to 4 shows, like at a minimum. But that's all I have for the Super Show. I hope to see a couple more matches added, but that's pretty packed. Super Card of Honor, I definitely expect another match or two to pop up. And tomorrow I will be talking Bloodsport 8, and that already has what looks like beyond a full card right now. So let us know in the comments what you plan on watching WrestleMania weekend, if you plan on watching the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Supershow. I did hear that they're going to do fan voting, and the match that earns like the fans' best match of the night is going to get a $5,000 bonus. So it's a different wrinkle on things, and it's something else that made me interested in this. MLW is not going to be live on Fight TV, but they are taping in the Dallas area. So in case we have any viewers that plan on going to WrestleMania weekend and you're wondering what you're up against, what you could possibly still get tickets for, that's kind of the landscape. But I will see you guys again tomorrow when we talk Bloodsport 8.